Je la tiens plus.
Vous devriez tous être déjà morts.
My wife is the best thing that ever happened to me. Plain and simple. She makes every aspect of life better. And it inspires me because of what we've built together. Sometimes it's kind of a thing where I'm so happy that there's times I could take my foot off the gas because I feel like I'm good. But I'm inspired to make the best life for my wife and family that I can. So that gives me my inspiration. She, like I said, it's definitely the best thing that ever happened to me. We've done 6 movies together, which is kind of unheard of for a couple. But we have 2 more movies that we're doing. No, 3 movies this year that we're together on. And it's funny because even the TV shows that I've been involved with, one was called Kingdom Business, which I play a gospel music producer on. They wrote my wife onto the show to be my love interest. They asked to do that because of what they feel from us. And they wanted that as part of the show. This season for Family Business, Carl Weber is asked that my wife join as my love interest.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so we're inspiring other people because of our blessing. Like I said, to whom much is given, much is required. I've achieved a relationship that I didn't think was possible. This is the truth. We've argued more in films than we ever have in real life.
Wow.
It's not even close. We've never gotten into an argument as bad as on film as other characters. She's my best friend. We're each other's best friend, and I have a better time with her than any male friend that I've ever had. So, and I don't know, sometimes it's natural that, you want your own, your time to yourself. She wants her time to herself. I want my time to myself, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
But it never happened yet. I've never been for a moment in a mindset where I would rather have my own time without her.
That's awesome.
Not even 5 minutes.
That's awesome. And I also know she's very active in the martial arts and very athletic too. And I seen her in one movie. She kind of like roughed you up a little bit.
yeah. That's another one of those movies. Oh, that movie, Welcome to Sudden Death. That's the one. It was a Van Damme movie that was a remake, and that was the one when I was a security guard, right? Well, here's a little factoid about that. She was cast in that movie before I was.
Oh wow!
The director is somebody that was a college friend of hers who offered her a role in that movie before I even got onto it. She wanted to play the terrorist, and so we had the fight scene together and stuff. And interesting because I'd been training her for over 10 years now, and when I first trained her, just like with my kids, I trained them in self-defense. Mm-hmm. I trained her to hit hard, and here she was doing her first movie fight scene with me, and she did not know how to pull punches, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in danger right now.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it in the scene. I was like, man, I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah, I have professional boxer friends who hold mitts for her, and they go, oh my God, she hits hard.
Yeah.
Because I taught her in such a way that she didn't know it was unusual. So I would train her, and when she would do something, like I would have her do things that was hard to do, but she didn't know any better. You know, I would say, okay, I want you to do a double hook kick. You know how hard that is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But she didn't know it was hard. So therefore, nothing blocked her from doing it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And there was a lot of other things like that. Like even when I'm impressed, I'm like, wow, that was pretty hard. I'm like, that's not hard enough. Right? So she don't know any better.
Right.
But now she's fighting me, and I'm like, oh, she might kill me. Yeah. So so it's that was interesting. But now she's done more fight stuff, and now she knows how to kind of take a little bit of the edge off of the blows. But essentially, it's for self-defense. So if she had to hit somebody in self-defense, she might not have to hit them that many times.
Good. What's next for Michael Jai White? Is there anything you're working on, directing, producing, writing?
Yeah, I'm set to direct 2 movies this year. I've got 5 movies that are coming out, and one pretty big one this summer. That's called it's called Trouble Man. That's with my wife, myself, Method Man, Mike Epps, Orlando Jones, Lala Anthony, and that's going to be a fun action movie. And another movie called Hostile Takeover, and that happens to be the first full action movie done entirely on LED screens.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so yeah, I've got some milestones coming up, and it's been fun. This is supposed to be a pretty busy year for me. So yeah.
That's awesome, bro. Mm-hmm. What's Mike's daily routine? Like when you first wake up, you have to do what?
Well, my philosophy in life is every day I do something for the future, and once I'm done with that, I live in the moment. When you do that, you realize, you got to live in the moment sometimes because you're never going to see that day again. So my days don't tend to look like each other because we have all these creative things and we have kids, and so my mornings, like recently, it's been I get up and I write because I'm completing a screenplay. I just completed it actually a few hours ago, so it's going to be changed. So it's going to be more like I first wake up and I see what's on my wife's agenda and what's on the kids' agenda. I put them first. Make sure they're out, they're taken care of. Am I gonna be the chauffeur of the day, or does she need some extra sleep? So I'll take the kid, So it's kind of like that because I'm flexible, and I love that the kind of improvisational aspect of life, because we're all gonna get it done, so we're gonna win at the end. But yeah, we will pick a time that we will get to the gym. We will pick a time that we will, touch base with her parents and see that everybody's okay. And we date almost every day. We figure out where we're gonna eat this day, or we're gonna cook at home, And so it's an adventure. So it's just a checklist, but the order creates itself every day.
I love that, man. I love you talk about family and making time. You know what I mean? No matter how far you get in your career, where you filming here.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could plan on working out, but then if something comes up, I'm there. Oh, my daughter's got to get picked up and whatever, because there's a joy in that, and so it's to me it's fun trying to juggle these things.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, 'cause I've got two daughters who are absolutely like social, like they're just killing it socially. They're the captains of their friends groups, and involved in so many activities. They're inspired, and that's just such a blessing, because it's not anything other than who they are, and they're very individual, both of them. And even though there's a lot of similarities, but then one's a consummate artist, another one's a consummate athlete, and they get along like Siamese twins, Yeah. So yeah, I'm blessed. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.